Hello insiders, first news flash from the new year. Let's get right to it. 10% launch of a new card in the studio beta. Basically it's a strikes card, so if you have a copyright strike or a community guideline strike in the studio beta dashboard, there'll be a card that will quickly highlight and let you know about it, and then you can click through to address that problem. This will be a big improvement for anyone who wants to make sure that they are always in the know. You can just go to the studio dashboard. Right now that card is still just rolling out to 10%. We'll probably try and get to 100% as soon as we do some further testing. Next, in the studio beta for YouTube Analytics, there's a new Growth Insights headline. And so if you go to YouTube Analytics and it's the beginning of the month, I think it's the first 3 days of the month, and you go to the channel analytics section, it'll have a little a headline if we have some insights about how your channel has grown and why we think it's grown. So we've been getting a lot of good feedback about that on Twitter and other social media, talking about how people appreciate us explaining why things are happening and not just reporting data. So that's another example of that initiative. Next, what does this say? Okay, yeah. So in YouTube Analytics, under the Reach section, we now will show concurrent views for live streams. If you click on it, you can see playback on click as well as toggle to the chat message history. So that's another area where, as you can see, we're constantly adding more things to the studio beta, not only to match what's in Classic, but in many cases to add brand new features that are not available in Classic. Next, YouTube Analytics was missing revenue for some days between December 14th and December 17th in terms of reporting that revenue. That bug has been fixed, so we apologize for that inconvenience. There are 2 new Creator Academy courses that are available for you right now. One is about making money beyond ads, and the other is building a business on YouTube. All of these are generally about alternative monetization. Of course, ads are an important part of established channels' monetization options, but there's actually a lot more you can do. So links below if you want to check out those new Creator Academy courses. Next, Gaming Creator on the Rise in Japan has now launched on December 19th Japan time. And every Sunday after that, there will be a new Gaming Creators on the Rise kind of featured. That's another part of our effort to introduce viewers to new channels, and in this case, gaming channels in Japan for Japanese audiences. Next, on the viewer experience for the main app, there's now a library page on desktop that will allow a viewer to look at more easily their history, watch later, and playlists. So hopefully that will help them find your content as well as creators. So that's it for this week. Hope that news flash was helpful. In the meantime, keep it real. Now, apologize if you hear children screaming in the background. I'm working from home and they are not at school yet. So last week's movie quote. So the movie quote was from The Grinch That Stole Christmas. Dude, I'm working. So the movie quote, last week's movie quote was from The Grinch That Stole Christmas, and the person who got it first was Kakra Detome. So congratulations, Kakra, and Dutch guy, I don't know what happened to you, man. You're a little slow on the draw that time. For this week's movie quote, I picked a movie that I think it's a great end of the year movie. It's a classic. I think a lot of people will know it, often watched during the holiday season. And here's the quote. Aren't you a little bit young to be in love? No. All right, well, I'm a little relieved. Why? Well, you know, I thought it might have been something worse. Worse than the total agony of being in love? Oh no, you're right. Yeah, total agony. All right, if you know that movie, put it in the quotes blah. If you know that movie, put it in the comments below. And you guys keep it real, and Happy New Year.